I know I should rehearse these things a little bit more, but I just like to jump into these videos and get down some notes, some information about the acts, some more of that fantastic dance music. Got loads of it on my fancy playlist, particularly in the 2000s and 2010s, of course, going back to the 90s. But let's talk about song number 24 on my fancy playlist, January 10th, 2016, down from 17. Axwell and Ingrosso, Sun is Shining. Got those strident vocals in the record. It almost has an anthem quality to this in this music mix. Axwell and Sebastian Ingrosso. Axwell's name is his real name is Axel Headforce, I believe. Now they were in Swedish House Mafia. They had that huge hit, "Don't You Worry, Child." That was their biggest hit. They had one out in 2010 that I don't remember off the top of my head that I really like. Swedish Mafia, House Mafia was Axwell and Grosso, and another DJ. His name was Steve Angelo, and I'll mention Steve Angelo in just a little bit. But Axwell and Grosso, they made their debut, their professional performance debut at the Governor's Music Ball in New York City in 2014. Now, this was a festival. The Governor's Music Ball started in 2011, held on Randall's Island, which is in Manhattan. Boy, and there's a variety of music showcased there. You got pop, you got rock, you got folk, you got house music, you got hip hop. All these artists that has simplified the genres. Man, can you think about this? Think about Axwell and Grosso. They're jamming out on stage. You're at the park. You're in Randall Park, and you see the skyline. I guess you can see the skyline of Manhattan in the distance. So that must be kind of a sublime situation right there. Anyway, I'm assuming that if it was in Manhattan, you probably could see the skyscrapers there. But anyway, in 2014. Now, Governor's Music Ball held in 2014 over about 3 or 4 days. And among the acts who performed there, to give you the idea of the diversity of this festival, Outkast performed, Phoenix, Vampire Weekend, Childish Gambino, Fitz and the Tantrums, yes, Interpol performed in the 2014 uh, Governor's Music Ball over in New York City, along with Axwell and Grosso. They put out one album that I know of, their debut album, More Than You Know, and Sun is Shining came off that album. Sun is Shining did not do well in England. Missed the top 40 in Britain, but boy, it was kicking it in other European countries. Went to #1 in Sweden, their home country, no surprise there, and went to #8 in Belgium, #8 in the Netherlands. The video was shot in Belgium. Sun is Shining. One other thing. God, this blew me away. Let's go back. 2006. If you're watching this video in England and Britain, you probably remember a dance record. BBC Radio 1 played it. I remember hearing it on their countdown. Around the summer or fall of 2006, it was called Tell Me Why by Supermode. And there was this woman, a powerful female vocalist, but the song, well, Supermode was actually a moniker. Steve Angelo with Axwell. Axwell and Steve Angelo, a Swedish House Mafia, they teamed up together to form, well, they were Supermode. I guess they used a female vocalist or something. And they produced this record, Tell Me Why. Went to #13 in Britain. Remember that song? Tell Me Why by Supermode. Yes. Had a soulful vocals in that record. Well, now let's go back to 2016. 10 years later, number 24. God, I love this record. Axwell and Ingrosso, Sun is Shining, on my fancy playlist 2 years ago.